So, what does a 66-year-old single female retired person do with her time in Panama City? What's the day-to-day? What does it look like? What do you do with yourself? Well, I know what I do with myself, and I'm going to take you along. I'll tell you. Keep watching. Hola familia, ¿qué tal? Don't you like my new intro? Some of you have asked me over and over again to show you what I do on a day-to-day basis. And I have been giving you snippets of what's happening around me. But today, I just want to just give you a glimpse into my daily life. A caveat, I am the most boring person on earth. So don't expect to see anything extravagant, anything unusual. I'm just a 66-year-old introvert, someone who loves her own company, who's not interested in the noise and hustle and bustle. So if that's what you're looking for, I'm warning you, you're not going to see that. So I just want to tell you a little bit about myself for like a few minutes, and then I'm going to give you a collage of pictures, short clips of what I do on a day-to-day basis when I go around. And then I'll come back towards the end and give you a tour of my dwelling, my humble abode, and you can get an idea of why I enjoy being here so much, why I am so joyful and so peaceful. So if you're interested in seeing that, I would invite you to stick around while I reintroduce myself. I am Maggie Lazar, your host, a retired nurse practitioner living her best life, fully retired in the country of Panama. I am also the creator of SWRA, Single Women Retiring Abroad, a group of ladies with a desire to grow old here, age in place, living our best life while we support and connect with each other. So I moved to Panama in January of 2023. And during my research to be an active retiree, I was accepted into the Peace Corps. And if you want to know about the Peace Corps, I know I did a video, I think I took it down, but you can Google. Peace Corps is a volunteer organization that has worldwide reach. It's, very old. It's, when I say old, it's been in existence for a while. And a lot of people, and I think one of the first volunteers was the President Jimmy Carter's mother, who was a nurse. Isn't that interesting? But anyway, I did all the stuff I was supposed to do because this is an organization that is really focused on the younger population, kids out of college wanting to take a gap year, for example. But they had been changing and reaching out to more seasoned individual, and that's how I got in. But unfortunately, learning a travel language, I was assigned to South Africa. It wasn't I was going to be in Johannesburg and any of those places. They send you into the deep villages where the needs are. I mean, that's what volunteers do. But it was just a little bit so remote. The language was difficult. And then the lack of amenities was something I was not prepared for. And I thought I was going to be fine with it. But through a set of circumstances, and I realized really quickly that I would not be able to survive 2 years, which is what the assignment was going to do. So I did ask leave. And in fairness to the Peace Corps, they don't force you. They don't say, oh, you signed this thing, you're going to stay there. No, it's like, okay, put you on a plane the next day and you're out of here, right? I don't know if that says anything about me not being willing to stick it out, but I think as a retiree, when you older and you've lived your life, you still learning who you are, but you know your non-negotiables, things that you want to put up with and some things you don't want to do. Like I said, I want to volunteer, but I don't want to rough it out so much where, there is no indoor plumbing, water can be an issue and all that. So I think when you're young and you're dreaming, it's a lot easier. But a lot of older people, have stuck it out. My friend Florida, she's still there. She was part of my group. And I take my hat off to her. And I was hoping so much that I would bring her here and let her talk to you about her experience. But so I came back last November and I moved into this apartment in December of 2023. So I'm going on a year. But because of the person that I am always dreaming, creating, and finding opportunities. I find retirement to be perhaps the most exciting part, time in my life, because I don't have the responsibilities of marriage, children, mortgage, even though I'm still paying my mortgage, but it's very affordable, as I explained before. Then I think your outlook is a little bit different, because you definitely have a shorter view. When I was in my 30s, it was like career. What am I gonna do? But now it's like I may not have a long time. You know what I'm saying? Time is of the essence. So you feel a little bit freer. You've released a lot of stuff that were entrapments, like you got to get the car, you have to drive the BMW and make all the payments. I heard this woman talk yesterday that she was a lawyer. I think it was Rashida Dow, saying how she was working hard just to pay rent. We don't feel that kind of burden right now, because it's like I can live with less. I'm content with less. I don't need to have the 3-story home. I don't need to be driving the fancy car. I don't have a car in here. My last car was a Volvo. I did drive a BMW, but now I go to the store, I have my backpack and my food's in my backpack, and I have another bag, and I'm sweating and going to the metro. And if somebody were to see me, the Maggie they knew maybe 10, 20 years before, they would say, oh my God. But Maggie is living her best life. Don't feel sorry for me, Argentina. I'm going to make you laugh, right? So I feel that in retirement, I feel so free. I don't need a lot of things that I feel I felt I needed to have. And that goes the same for relationships, right? You want to hang around people who value you, people you have fun with, and people who bring all their stuff from over there, and they're either uppity or they treat people some kind of way. You're like, girl, I just don't have time for that. Because remember, I'm on a schedule. I don't know how long I have. So I can't really spend my time spinning my wheel, trying to please you, trying to for you to understand me. We don't have that kind of time. So my days are very simple. And again, like I said, I'm going to show you a clip of what I do on a day-to-day basis. I hope it's going to work, because I think this video is going to be a little bit harder for me to do, because I do so many different things. But again, this is just a glimpse for you to see the things that I do with my life. Another thing we have in retirement is time. We look at time differently, right? We use our time. If we say, I'm one of those, I have to have things in my phone, my schedule. But if you wake up one day and you say, yeah, I don't feel like it, then I don't feel like it. I could stay in my pajamas all day. Time is something that we treasure, right? And we don't have to stick to a schedule like we did when we were in the corporate world, so to speak. And then we had to answer to someone. Now we're the boss. We answer to ourselves. So I craft my day the way I want. And I think sometimes there is a danger in feeling so relaxed that, I met someone last week. She's like, oh, no, 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 I don't want to do any work. I just want to know, where do I go eat next? Where do I go have fun next? And then that's her. That's her concept of retirement. My concept of retirement is always doing something creative, doing something that feeds my sense of curiosity, my sense of wonder in this world with all his craziness, right? a sense of, that's why I was so excited about reaching the milestone of being monetized, because I always want to set goals. And if I put in the work, it happens like it did last week. I'm excited. If it doesn't, I go back and like, okay, what did I miss? Why didn't it work? And then I can move on to the next. I've always been like that. And I don't see that changing now that I don't have to answer to someone for a paycheck. The only difference for me in my mind as a retired person is that I'm not beholden to an organization. I don't have to answer to anybody. I answer to me. And I think after having had my business, when I went back to work for someone, that was one of the difficulties, because I know how to create things. I can see how something could work better. But of course, my boss, whoever she was at the time, did not see it. So I answer to me. My time is my own. And I do have an insatiable need to learn and to create. That's me. That's why you don't see me playing pickleball, even though I could, but I think I enjoy walking better with my earpods, listening to something, listening to Spanish, improving. But I do have down days. I do have days where I get up and it's like, I try to get out most days, but some days like today, it's like cloudy. It's like, give me a cup of tea and then I can just sit here and relax. To me, that is joyful. Slowing down. That's why my blood pressure is not a problem anymore, right? I sleep. I don't have a lot of sleep because I'm always doing something, but my sleep is not disturbed because I'm worried about things. I'm not. I am not. So to me, this is the beauty of retirement. But I feel pressed to make sure I have things in order so that if anything happens to me, that I don't have my kids left wondering, oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? And I think it falls on me to create that. And that's why SWRA exists. And I was explaining that to the ladies yesterday. The long range vision, even though we may not have a lot of time, but having our affairs in order for the eventuality when things start happening to us. Okay, so if you're ready to watch the clip, just make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I heard this guy say, "Oh, that is so." What did he say? Immature. If you say like, share, and subscribe, because he's got like 6.5 million followers and subscribers, and I'm like, okay, I'm still going to ask him to subscribe. Oh, and we did reach 4,000. Did you see my note? We did. I love you guys. Thank you so much for helping me reach that milestone. And I think I said, I'm going to relax when we hit 10,000. Then I won't be watching, every morning. No, remember I told you last time, I'm not going to be watching the watch hours, the count. No, my anxiety is not like that. But every morning while I answer your comments, I do peek and see where the count is, because once you log on, you see that, but I'm not obsessing over it anymore. No, I'm determined I'm not going to do that. So sit tight, and then I will come back and give you a tour of my humble abode. All right? Talk to you soon. Hola familia, ¿qué tal? Just sharing my day with you, showing you what I do on a regular basis. Coffee, I usually have maybe 2 or 3 times a week, just because I can't have it unsweetened and I have to use a little bit of Splenda and brown sugar. So I limit myself. And of course, when I get up in the morning in the bed with my neck ring on, I'm checking social media. I know it's bad, but I do it. And then after my AM care, I do a little bit of exercise. Sometimes I do upper body, like the arms. Sometimes I'll do lower body. I have my yoga mat right next to the bed. Sometimes, if the weather is not too bad, do a little yoga and stretching inside or out. But I just try to move my body. And I hope you do the same. Remember, movement is life. Now, I like doing the arms. Remember the the first lady's arm, Michelle Obama. Do you remember when she used to wear those sleeveless dresses and those toned arms? I was salivating. I know my arms will never look like that. But the thing is, I like to move, but I don't want to obsess over exercise or anything. I don't like to obsess about anything. You know, I realize I need to move. I try to feed my body the right food. I try to I stay hydrated, but I am not a gym rat, nor am I going to be working out for 2-3 hours a day. What I tell you is useless anyway. So, but keep moving to keep everything loose. My shoulders, I like to do that exercise just to kind of make sure they don't get stiff. My right shoulder has a little bit of wear and tear because I think through the years of carrying a heavy bag, but I can still move it and I'm not in pain, so I am very grateful. Yep, moving from side to side. Because you know that visceral fat that attaches itself to your belly, that's my struggle. I think I'd have to lose like 30 pounds to get rid of my little muffin top, but anyway. I'm 66 and I'm not gonna live forever, so let's be sensible, folks. But this has to be one of my favorite exercises for my arm. You can use the vanity in your bathroom or you could use the kitchen counter, just doing some push-ups. Do as many as you can. It's not gonna hurt anything. It's good for your biceps too and triceps. And I don't have weights inside my apartment unless I go to the gym, so this is a good substitute. Always breathe when you're exercising. Yep, loosen it up. And then I get dressed and I hit the streets. This is me in the elevator. And then now let the socializing begin. Coffee meet. Oh yes, I got some new shoes. I think I'm gonna start collecting tennis shoes because that's all I use. And the metro, I'm on that metro several times a week. Yes, I take time for ice cream. Don't die and wish you had the ice cream. Have the ice cream, okay? I was people watching in Stereo Viento. Yep, don't have it every day, but have the ice cream. And I do dress up once in a blue moon. I was going to the opera. And I meet with my followers when they're in town, if I can. We go and have coffee. And I met an influencer at Sabroso, Panama, which is quite an experience for anyone visiting Panama. More socializing. But I do take time to get my fresh cocoa water at the metro station. That was like $3. Oh, and Merca. Oh, look at the color of those, that zucchini. All the fresh stuff, yeah. I try to go maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. I think my challenge is never how much to carry. And I do travel in the interior. That was Bukete at the Flower Festival. I think it's in January. More socializing. It looks so good. Cerro Punta, at the beach. That was Playa La Barqueta in Chiriquí. This one was, I think, in Bocas del Toro. And I make time to create munchies. Oh, I gotta make those again. Yum, yum. I make food that I enjoy eating and that is good for me, okay? So I eat clean, but I do cheat once in a while. I didn't say I was good all the time. I wouldn't be human. I love cabbage. This was the squash. The spaghetti squash. And those were so good. Roasted chickpeas. Look at that. Oh, but I got to stay away from that white rice though. Oh, and that pasta is so good. Oh my God. If I don't buy it, then I'm okay. But if I buy it, that's it. I still get into my gym outfit. I think I still look good for my age. Don't you? And I do go to the beach once in a while. Not right now, though. This rain is just, nope. More socializing with the ladies. This one at Agua-Clara to see the ships. This one was at Mi Pueblito. Still a lot of places to explore. More socializing, Maggie. I don't know. I'm turning into a social butterfly. This was at an artisanal fair, and of course, plenty of events to attend. More socializing with the sisters. And once in a while, if I dress up, I take a picture on my balcony. I'm leaving footprints. Yep. It kind of helps me see what I look as I age. More socializing with the ladies at the high tea. And then I go to Multi-Plaza, get a latte, and people watch. Sometimes I say, did I miss a holiday? Why is it so busy? But I do people watch at Albrook as well. Or if you want to get your steps in, go to the mall and walk around in the AC. I do that. And at Multi-Plaza, I always now go to Reba Smith just to check to see, do they have okra? They didn't have okra this time. I found them at Fruteria Mimi. Now I know. And someone said they also have them at Foodies, so I gotta check Foodies. Yeah, expensive asparagus. I don't need it for $7. No. Yep, you get the stuff you need at Reba Smith, but you're gonna pay a price. But they do have my mixed nuts, though. I have to restrain myself. Brussels sprouts, calabaza squash. Oh yeah. And that's why people go there, because you really get everything there. So someone asked me what my skin routine. I do not have a skin routine, but I thought today I would show you how I get my face done, which is really simple. I do not know how to do makeup. I use a little Aveeno, cleanser that I have, but I don't even use that all the time. I'm doing it for your benefit. Usually whatever soap I have around, that's what I use. I mean, not hand soap. And I do have a sponge that I usually use mostly at night just to make sure my pores are clean and that my lips, I take everything off. But, and then you rinse in lukewarm, tepid water. You never want to use really hot water. I remember reading that years ago, so. Wow, the rain is just coming down. Alrighty, so now, I don't use toners or anything like that. I did the Mary Kay thing, and there was another one. I'm just buying all this stuff to put on your face, supposedly to make you look better. I don't believe in that. I think if you eat well, here in these Panama streets, after I put my moisturizer on, I'll use a little bit of SPF if I'm gonna go out, because we are told that it does age you, the sun damage, so you want to protect yourself. I usually put it on my shoulders, my arm, but sometimes I forget my face, but I need to try to remember that. And of course, I always have an umbrella if it's really sunny and hot. So I feel like I'm protected that way. Yep, that was the SPF 70. Whew. I don't know how good that thing is. That's more chemical on your face, but oh well. And then I had to find 2 shades of foundation, which is what I use with powder. That's the only thing I put on my face. Because once I finished using what I have brought with me, I had to find 2 shades, one lighter and one darker for spot treatment. Because my skin tone is a little bit orangey, it's a little bit difficult to find your correct shade here in Panama. But I find that mixing those 2, it works for me. And whoever said they didn't see my under eye bags, here they are. They're one in my family. I remember my mom looking the same way. You know how you start looking like your mother? Yep, that's me. But anyway, I'm grateful. Yep, spot checking with the darker shade. because believe it or not, I still have struggled with blackheads. Because when I'm stressed, you pick at your skin, and I'm guilty of that. And the scarring, so I try to cover it up. But I have had a couple of facials, and I have to say I've noticed a difference. So I need to make sure I keep those facials. You get 2 facials for $35. Why not? Even as cheap as I am, I find that to be a good deal. And it's in a place that is not so fancy, so I don't feel intimidated. The ladies are very sweet. So I think it's been a few weeks. I had a peel though. The lady recommended a peel. I'm not doing that again. I did not like the way that peel felt. All right, so I use this translucent powder. I had the hardest time remembering translucent powder, and I was able to find something close. It's not exactly what I'm used to, but it will do. And that's part of the adjustment, ladies. If you don't have exactly what you used to, you just go to the next thing and keep it moving, right? No need stressing about anything. But I tell you, when it's like 95 degrees out there, it doesn't matter what you put on your face, it's gonna run off. That's why I always have like a small washcloth towel type thing just to wipe things off, because in the heat of the day, it gets quite uncomfortable. That's why most of us, we stay indoors when it's really hot, because there's no sense putting anything on, it's gonna run off. Yep, I have this little press powder. I like this. And it helps blend everything, so I don't have, one color on my face and your neck looks a little different color. You've seen people like that. It's like, ooh, that doesn't look good. So I try to blend as best as I can so I don't look made up. Yep, Vaseline. I'm a Vaseline girl. I usually put some in the morning, and especially when I'm going to bed. If anybody comes out and tells me that Vaseline causes some kind of disease, I'm going to be upset, because I've been using it for about 60 years now. And lip gloss, I always make sure my lips stay moisturized. And I like to have a little color with the lip gloss. Again, that's something when I get home I need to stock up on. Yep. That's it. So now I'm doing something to blend in my eyebrows. I'm so imperfect. My outer eyebrows, it's almost, there's nothing on the edges. So I have to always shape it so it looks a little bit natural. I had microblading one time, and I swore I'd never do it again. I have not. That thing was so painful. Not worth it, putting myself to so much pain. I'm not doing it. I had a hard time finding the right shade also, because everything is black, and I don't wear anything black because my skin tone is different. That's why once I found the hair color that I do my edges and my roots maybe once every 2 months or so, number 61 Revlon, that's what I use, and it's been working for me. Because if I had black hair, I think it would look really odd. But I think I've found this shade, and it works for me, and I'm sticking to it. So when I buy braids also, I buy the lighter tone, and I think that looks better for me. If you don't think so, that's okay, but I do. I did the braids this past Saturday because we had the tea on Sunday, and it took about 3 to 4 hours. Usually I'll pop a movie, usually on my laptop, because there's nothing on TV in terms of movies, but I'll look at a Lifetime movie or some kind of documentary. Keeps me busy, and I do it, because I am not paying somebody $200 to do braids for me and sit in somebody's chair for so many hours. This is just a little bit of sheen, and you can find this here. Because, we do have our Caribbean sisters here, so there is a little bit of product. And this lady said she found ethnic products somewhere at Albrook. She hasn't told us yet exactly what the store is, but I have not been able to find exactly what we have at home. They do have the hair colors, though, the Revlon here. So these are things that I use, like a little brush that I use for my edges. Again, I need to stock up on those when I get home, because sometimes, even if I do the roots with the color, and those on my temple, they start lightening up a lot quicker. So, yeah. I have a list going of things that I need to restock on when I get home. That's what we do. We go home with like an empty suitcase and bring stuff back. The life of an expat, right? That's what we do. But that's why if I was a place like in Africa, Indonesia, or someplace, that's a long plane ride to come get hair product. Up and voila, j'ai fini. When I fini, that's it. So I need to do something on those, put something on those lips before I start recording. Nope, not this shade. Because I have to match what I'm wearing, right? Yeah, that one looks better. And I don't like to use heavy lipstick. And if you notice, I only do my lower lip. You know the drill. You know I'm kind of weird that way. Lip gloss on the top. If I do both, it looks really odd. I'm sorry, but like a little twist out there, just cut it off. So don't tell me you don't see those under eye bags. I see them, but thank God for those glasses. They kind of hide a lot of imperfection. That's it. And there is the laundry room. Washer, dryer, utility sink. Now we come into the hall. I always have my keys there. I have a shoe rack, so I don't trek because I'm in those streets every day. And we have an empty bedroom here, so if you have guests, plural. This is the guest bath with a shower. Down the hall towards the light here, my kitchen. Over here, this is where I do my live, an electric range, which I love. It's got all the appliances. But what I like the most is that it's got plenty of counter space, which is what I wanted. And then I wanted to be able to look outside while cooking, and I got that. All right, you know, I don't really like to show my personal space, but I'm doing it for you guys. King size bedroom. Yep, this mirror keeps me humble. Your closets on each side, and a bathroom with a tub. I'm not a tub person, but it's there. But some places would have like armoire type. And then of course you can go out to the patio from here. And I have a living room set, dining room set, not a set, a table and chairs. It works really well when I have company. They all sit around. I have a desk. This is where the magic happens. And if you see my apartment, I don't have artwork and stuff because when I moved in, I had left all my stuff at home. But there is a television that most days I watch the news in the evening. But I think if I renew my lease, I'm gonna get maybe a couple of things for the walls because I don't. Here we go. This is what this whole apartment is about. It's the view. So sometimes in the evening, I'll sit out here with my laptop. I can watch a movie. But this is it. Today is a cloudy day, so it's nice. And if you go in the distance, the ships are going to the canal. And then the porch, it wraps around. In the morning, that's my little spot. If it's not too hot, and I'll sit there, I'll answer comments. But usually by 6:30, I have to run inside. It's too hot. The Cinta Costera, where people walk, is right below. The Panama sign, And then when you look that way, you're looking at Paitilla, Punta Pacifica area. So yeah, this is my humble abode. All right, guys, have a great day. Welcome back. So did you enjoy the clips? Gonna see me in my element, what I do throughout the day? Looks like I do a lot of socializing, right? I didn't think I did that much. But we are social beings and there is a lot to see, a lot of people to connect with. So I make no apologies. So did you like the video? Did you share it? Did you subscribe? If you're watching me, it doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button. So go ahead, do it right now. Come on, do it. I thank you. Listen, I am so glad you were able to get a glimpse into what my day looks like in the morning, checking everything online, having coffee, doing a little bit of workout, and then I hit the street. So on Mondays, I record. So Mondays, I'm usually in. Sometimes I record on Sundays, if I'm kind of ahead of the curve, but this week wasn't going to happen. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if I have an event to attend, I limit myself to one event. I'm not gonna do two things in the morning, one in the evening. Those days are gone. I gotta pace myself, right? If I don't have something scheduled, those are the days where I'm gonna hop on the metro, get on a bus, and go explore. But the weather nowadays with the rain, some areas get flooded, and I don't want to get on a bus going into, feet of water. That is not what we need to do. And also, as seasoned ladies, when you are in the streets and the roads are slick, you're more likely to fall. Like today, I'm not gonna go out. And I thought I would go for a walk, but sometimes the rain comes and you kind of play it by ear and be smart. You don't want to be doing things without thinking and then accidents happen. So I hope you enjoyed this video, that you could see that being retired doesn't mean you're going to sit at home all day, nor that you're going to be going, 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 going. Know thyself, my favorite word. You have to know what works for you. I'm an introvert. I love to be home. I watch the news a lot, but if there is nothing going on, like by 8 o'clock, they had this talking, chap, chap, chap. I'm like, I don't need to be listening to that. And if I'm not bored, but if I don't have anything planned and I'm not working on something on the computer, I'll go sit outside if it's cool enough, and I would pop a movie, go to a Lifetime movie or something, or look at some kind of a documentary, right? So I keep myself busy. I keep myself entertained, and I don't require a lot to entertain me. And then I don't cook a lot because it's just me. But now that I'm doing the live on Sundays, when I cook and all this food, I eat a little bit every day, so I don't have to cook the rest of the week. So my life is simple. There is not much to it, okay? I'm looking right now at volunteering opportunities. All the goals that I have for SWRA, I realize it's going to take time for me to learn the system, to hook up with people, see how things are done in Panama. Believe it or not, I've only been here a year and a half. I only know very little, right? So I need to give myself time to learn and enjoy this beautiful country in the process, and also do some traveling. I'm planning a trip in November, and I look at this weather and I'm like, I hope it doesn't stay like that, because I understand that November could be a very rain heavy kind of month. I don't remember that last year because we didn't have a lot of rain because of climate change. But this year we're making up for it. And the devastation that I'm seeing in the news about Elaine, however they call that, hurricane that just passed through is catastrophic. And, those of us who are not affected, we are very thankful to the Lord for protecting us. And I just wish I can help in some capacity. But anyway, let's stay close to each other. Let's keep our humanity, because I think sometimes it's easy to become so self-absorbed, then we forget what's happening around us, and we just retire, we're gonna go eat and dance and go to the rooftop, and well, the rest of the world is suffering. And I don't ever want to get into a situation like that. That's why I keep my nose to the ground. I know what's going on and help if I can, lend a hand if I can. We as a group, I told the ladies, I think we need to have a project that we can give back. And a lot of people are in the same boat and they have the same desires. So this is me in a nutshell. Your influencer, whatever you want to call me, your sister who's helping you move over here to Panama or wherever, the sister who's helping equip you with the skills that you need to know how to effectively move to Panama. So what is coming up, by the time you see this video, it would have happened. I'm going to do a live for older creators just to help them get monetized sooner, because it's all about sharing what you know, right? Because we don't get to be this age without having learned a few things. And our job is to pass it on to others and to the next generation. So I hope to see you next time. My next video that you will see next week, hopefully, is going to be about healthcare access in this Panama streets. I'm telling you, it is still a challenge for a lot of people to know how healthcare is delivered. There have been a lot of presentations, a lot of videos made on the subject, and it's still, there are layers, because, so if you're watching me and you're a person, you're a seasoned lady or man of a certain age, really do a lot of research about what is available here in Panama, and knowing that you're going to have to pay for some type of health care, but it's still far better than what you living over there, because it's unaffordable to a lot of us, even with insurance. Okay, it's a lot easier and more affordable here. So I'm going to put my feet in the water and share what I know about what's available in terms of health insurance, healthcare options, insurance options. So I hope to see you here again next time. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Yes, I'm a newbie. I'm going to continue asking you to do that because I think it's the right thing to do. And 80% of people watching me not being subscribed, that is not nice. You don't like me, don't do that. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button so that we can keep growing. Share the videos with as many people as you can. It's a bigger world out there, and people are always, always looking for information. All right? So I hope to see you next time. God bless you. God loves you. I love you. Au revoir. Let's go keep it real. À la prochaine. Bye-bye. Ancon Hill is the highest point in Panama City and makes for a great hike. You can hike it in the morning and see the sunrise from the top. And you know you've arrived when you're able to see that flag, that Panama flag, and everybody wants to be sure that they reach that top. I truly, truly enjoy that hike. Ancon Hill, discovering Panama with Maggie.